I've been a stand-up comedian for 10 years. When I started, we were always told, don't put your best material online, but now it's quite the opposite.
I don't know who you were listening to because I got clips from 10 years ago telling you the complete opposite. Keep going.
How do I break through this period of being stagnant and social?
By making more content. The fuck's the matter with everybody? Everybody now judges themselves on, if I do not achieve the 0.0001% in the world, I'm a loser. The fuck's the matter with you? Bert, you might stink at stand-up. That's okay too. I am not good enough to be in the NBA. I feverishly and excitingly play basketball. Like Bert might just not be destined to be Theo Vaughn or Eddie Murphy, but everybody's got it so twisted in their head, they don't measure success the right way. Bert, what if this is just your best hobby and a little side gig because it's your love? Now all of a sudden you're not poisoning yourself that you're a loser. Wait a minute, so let me get this straight. You're a loser because you didn't make it as big as Andrew Schultz or fucking, Wanda Sykes? So you're a loser? Sean says it's just hard not to feel that way. It's not true. It's easy to feel that way when you believe it's not hard to feel that way. We have a perspective issue that is broken in modern society. We have a perspective issue, my friends. It's very easy to feel that way, Sean. I suck at most things. I'm below average at most things. Everybody is. How do we find our way again? It's simply a mindset shift. Yes, Luis, therapy. Reading positivity versus negativity. Spending time around uplifting people. Redefining success for yourself. Putting in the work mentally. Life is only perspective. There is no life. Real quick, who's the winner in this scenario? Somebody makes $280,000 a year, has 100,000 followers on TikTok, but secretly behind the scenes is miserable, doing drugs, has bad relationships, unhappy. Or somebody who makes $73,000 a year, has 19 followers on Instagram, has a tremendous relationship, lives paycheck to paycheck, and is stressed. Who's the better person? By the way, I don't think there's by the way, I actually don't think it necessarily has to be number two. Somebody might say, I'd rather have a drug problem than worry about financial stress each week. I don't know, it's fine, you're allowed. Platinum Dragon says neither. My thing is that number two is healthier because when Platinum says neither, you have to understand, no matter what your situation is, you have stress. The second one stresses financial paycheck to paycheck, but they have a loving relationship, right? The first one is fronting for the world and is broken foundationally. And the third one, somebody who's financially good, emotionally good, how about that person, the next day something tragic happens. There's just always shit. I think we all need to go to the fucking cemetery, dig up everybody, talk to them, be like, yo, real quick, was your life perfect the whole time? I don't think we're finding anyone. It is that simple. Trez says it's not that simple. Guess what, bro? It is that simple. Trez, it is that simple. It's that simple. I live that simple. I know that many people. I know tons of people. DJ Kaufman says it is that simple. I know DJs living that simple. It's just that simple. It is that simple. Trez, I'm looking forward to hearing your thing. I'm looking forward to our exchange. It is that simple. Because there's nothing you're gonna say to me, not one thing you're gonna say to me, that's not gonna say, in my mind, that you can control where you go forward. At what point do we become a grown-up? Can everybody answer in the chat the year that you think it's time for you to stop blaming your parents? Everybody, Mason, what's the appropriate age where you now have to stand on your own 2 feet and you can't blame your parents no more?
At least 20.
You think 20, good. Pops? 18 for you. McKenz? 20. Sid? 18. Great. I don't know, by the way, I'm not even sure what I think. I actually think it's circumstantial. I think sometimes it's 11, I think sometimes it's 31, I think it's all fine. But everybody just answered. I'm just curious, who the fuck was right in here? Who was right? The first two are about you controlling the situation with an action. The third one is you controlling the situation with a macro action, not a micro action. The first two is you quit. This is the same old shit. If you don't like your job, if you feel your boss thinks you suck, if you don't like it, if you don't feel valued or validated, live on fucking Indeed and LinkedIn. until you get a fucking new job. People just love rolling in their mud. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people are in life. They literally live in complaining about their husband every day, live in life complaining about their job, their wife, their girlfriend. They love to point fingers about how their older brother or younger sister got lucky or they have it so good. Stop rolling in fucking mud. New York City says life is tough or life is easy. Simplify your shit. Take control. Mackenzie, do you know how many people are much happier right now than they've been historically because this last political cycle, they were just like, fuck it, I'm just not even gonna pay attention. They took control of what they consumed and thus they were less anxious and upset. And then the third one is stop valuing other people's opinions. When you go somewhere and people make you feel lesser than, fuck them. The fuck are you looking up to celebrities for? The fuck are you looking up to business people that made more money than you for? The fuck are we looking up to? We completely lost our way. We still look up to fucking our grandpa. You know who used to be famous in 1950 in America? Pilots and astronauts and politicians. Now it's fucking people who are selling sex on apps. Fuck, man, like what are we fucking looking up to? Like, don't look up to me because I'm good at making money. Look up to me because I treat people nice. Don't look up to me because how many followers I have. Look up to me because I'm sitting here and I'm trying to give value. The fuck are we looking up to? You feel lesser than in a room? Fuck that room. Fuck that room. I don't fucking give a fuck about any room that doesn't fucking want you there. Fuck that room. If a room doesn't want me, they fucking lost. I promise you that. Your self-esteem is broken. You're not confident enough that you can get another job. You're not confident enough that you're better than the room. I've been in every room. I've been in every room. And guess what? I don't give a fuck about any room I've ever been in. Not the biggest boardrooms in the world, not the Oval Office under both administrations, Republicans, Democrats. I don't give a fuck about the room. I respect the room. I'm empathetic to the room. I understand the room, but fuck the room. Do you know how many events I go into where I don't get into the VIP and the people in the VIP are less money than me, less clout than me, less, it doesn't even go through my fucking mind. Good for them, I'm happy for them. You think I fucking give a fuck about a velvet rope? The fuck's the matter with people? Enough. Can we just fucking end this shit? Fuck.
If the economy crashed tomorrow, what's the first move you'd make?
Stop buying dumb shit. Completely go humble. Lean into humble hedgehog and humble hummingbird. I would immediately, as a matter of fact, there's a lot of indications that the economy might be crashing. Warren Buffett just took all his money into cash. He's usually right. I would tell everybody right now to go to your credit card statement and unsubscribe to the automatic things that you're being billed for that you don't use. Mike, how many streaming services are you signed up for? Tell the truth. Three. Yeah. Mike, I know how much you get paid. You need to have 2. You should not have 3, Mike.
I know. I don't use the 3rd.
No.
Ask him about his lunch. Yeah.
Oh my God, Mike. Mackenzie, everyone's acting a fool out here. People are if people went to their credit card statement, actually, let's do that. Let's actually do something productive. Like, do you know, I love building VeeFriends and I do think these collectibles after 20 years are gonna really crush for people, but I'm always scared and I'm like, man, I really hope someone that has like $180 in Wells Fargo didn't just buy a $15 figurine, no matter how much they fucking love me. Don't ever, ever, ever buy it. Just clip this for the rest of my life. Don't ever buy anything for me unless you can afford it. Easily. Wine, VeeFriend, don't ever buy something for me. Don't ever buy something for me. Unless you can easily support it. Mike, right now, I know that you've had all sorts of troubles on the 1s and 2s. We're gonna let that slide. If you cancel right now, what's the 3rd one? Let's put them on blast.
It's Peacock.
Okay, Peacock. All right. Did you order it for like a sporting event or a WrestleMania or something real quick?
I forget what it was.
That's how they get you. That's why they pay so much for that shit.
Yep.
Everyone's like, Jake Paul's overpaid. No, he's not. He's underpaid. Everybody signed up and now they haven't unsubscribed. A lot of you are spending money on dumb shit at scale. And before the economy collapses, why don't you start saving that money?
I feel fear of missing out in life because I cannot achieve any big things. I have big goals, like I want to be a successful entrepreneur or like public speaker like you. But every time I struggle with, I'm doing like full-time job as well.
Yes.
But every time I struggle with like what to I wanted to pursue like in the long term. Like I want to do the public speaking for years. Otherwise, I want to pursue the entrepreneurship.
How old are you?
23.
I know you get the
Yeah.
beard and shit and you think you're 27, but you're 23, bro. Right now, what you're probably doing is you're checking the box to, get your foundation, help yourself, help your family. I understand. I did that.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
have unlimited time to achieve your goals.
What's the like crucial step to take? Like
Action.
yeah.
By taking action, by emailing every single conference that is within 2 hours driving of you, or train or bus, and emailing them and saying, I would like to speak for free at your conference. And having 50 of them say no, and then one says yes, and then you gave your first talk, and then you learn how to give speeches.
Yeah, I'm doing some like creating content and building my personal brand as well for this foundation. Yeah, recently
Brother,
started it. Yeah.
you know the answers.
But every time I struggle with it, I say why if it is not working out means I'm doing on the wrong stuff.
Only because you're judging
System
actions in
working.
you're judging things in too small of a window. When I was 27 years old and a customer came in and they were grabbing a bottle of wine and they dropped that bottle of wine and the bottle falls and it spills, and I went to the back room and got the mop to clean it up. Do you think anybody watching me at that moment at 27 years old mopping up wine in a liquor store in Springfield, New Jersey said, you know what? That kid is going to be a world-renowned entrepreneur and on the cover of magazines and fucking taking the biggest stages in the world. Do you think people thought that?
I did.
Yeah, no, maybe.
Don't judge your actions within a little window to justify where you're going. Do you know why I like patience?
Yeah,
Do you know why?
because great things take time, maybe.
No, because we have no choice. It's practical.
Yeah.
Here are your options for success. Believe in patience, do the right things, and build your foundation. Or say, fuck you, Gary, and go try to do quick, rich schemes until they all fail and you're 40 and you're a fucking loser and nobody wants to be around you.
Yeah, no. I don't want any rich schemes and all. Yeah, I want to be rich even. I have that goal as well. But I want to build the right skill set. So
Go do
in
shit.
a long time I can be happy and
My
satisfied with
man,
business.
how many hours a day do you work at your job?
I do like 9 to 10 hours. Like, yeah.
Great. What do you do with the other 14 hours of your life?
I'm creating some content. Another time I'm learning from this personal brand, like attending these workshops and all. Another time I'm exploring some new ideas, like how to like speak on the stages and practicing the public speaking skills and all. Yeah.
I think how much do you sleep?
I'll sleep like 6 to 7 hours.
Wonderful. You're winning.
Yeah.
You're winning. You're doing everything right.
Yeah.
Stop
But I
being
think
scared.
myself, like I think I'm not like I'm not on a right track because I know I am young, but I have these goals like past since 2 years, but I procrastinate on it.
Why?
So I regret now why I have wasted the time. So I have that regret.
Brother,
I didn't
you
start
can't.
earlier, yeah.
Listen, having ambition is phenomenal, but beating yourself up on little technicalities is a problem.
Yeah. And I struggle with procrastinating as well because I cannot say discipline and self-accountable for myself. So I'm learning that how to be disciplined and how to stay consistent on my game.
Can I ask you one favor, and then I have to go on? Can I ask you one favor?
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Now that we have this moment, can you promise me one thing?
Yeah.
Be nicer to yourself.
Yeah. Have good confidence in myself. Yeah.
Not confidence. Be nicer to yourself.
Yeah.
Last year, I would say my impact was minuscule. I had to build a foundation for VaynerX's infrastructure. I had to build a foundation for VeeFriends to be a live commerce and product company. You guys all know here. You all know here. I sat in that fucking room 12 hours a day the whole year. I didn't GaryVee it. I wasn't on stage. I wasn't making brand happen. We struggled with content all year because I wasn't feeding you like I'm doing finally now again. I fucking sat in that fucking office for 12 hours a day. No big meetings, nobody fancy. You watched it.
Yeah.
It's not you hearing my stories in the liquor store. You fucking watched it. At the height of my career, I sat in that fucking office for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, that's a true hustle.
So, bro, I don't know what you're worried about. I don't know what you're worried about the last 2 years. What?
Yeah, and one last thing, Gary, I have small dot, and when pursuing my entrepreneurship means I'm helping with my mom's business, like food business. And I want to do other business as well, and means exploring some ideas. What's a good for me when starting a business?
A good book? No book.
Yeah,
Use
okay.
ChatGPT and ask it questions that are on your mind.
Yeah. Like even I have some few ideas, but I will struggle with what idea, how to start. Like have some like AI startup ideas, and want to like build some like what is event hosting platforms, other similar
Brother,
ideas.
you don't have ideas problems. You have action problems.
Yeah. Maybe the execution is the game. Yeah.
And the action will come once you build a nice foundation from your patience. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. I love you. I gotta move. Oh, that was good. Listen, I got a little emotional there for a second. You guys know how I roll. Like, did you see what I fucking sat in that, like, please, everybody. There's gonna be years that are not like how you thought they were gonna be. There's gonna be moments. Then there's some real gangster bad shit that happened. By the way, nobody's crying for me that I sat there for 12 hours a day. Some people lost their mom and dad. Some people lost their spouse. Some people had their child diagnosed with leukemia. Many people had their whole fucking house burnt down in Los Angeles. The fuck are we crying about out here? Everybody forget about those fucking unbelievable amounts of people that lost their fucking home in LA? Of course they have. Most people didn't even think about it in the first place. Because you're all worried about your fucking shit, and your shit is good. I promise you right now, if it's 9:37 in the morning Eastern, and you are watching me on Whatnot, your life is good. The way you do that is by realizing, unfortunately, that's just the game. And, again, the problem with business is it's not charity, it's not altruism, it's not a fucking fairy tale. The best thing you can do is do right by the person the best you can afford, right? And so give them better severance, give them a warning, give them respect by telling them the truth. That's just it. It's fucking hard out here when you have to make those decisions because you have a lot of love and gratitude for that person. I think the way to do it is in order: clarity, respect, and then if you can afford to be a little gracious because you feel like they put you on, they helped you, they were there, then you're in your spot. And very honestly, I was great at number 3, but it took me a while to get decent at number 1 and 2. And that's that lack of candor that I've talked about. And so I encourage this kid. I wish somebody told me this when I was a kid. Candor is gonna make this the best it can be.
You were an entrepreneur from a young age. Like, what did your parents do to help you and support you? And what ways, did they blow it? Because I kind of want to not blow it with my kid,
The way that my parents helped me with my entrepreneurship was by staying the fuck out of it, which is the number one hard thing for parents in 2025. Parents are too involved.
I'm trying to stay out of it. My husband helps him find shoes to flip, so they kind of have
That's
a little
amazing.
partnership, which is
Yep,
really
that's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really helped him, to get somewhere with this up front. But yeah, okay, that's good to know. And he'll go days without doing a show, and we'll be like, hey, you gonna do a show? We just kind of nudge him, but try not to pressure it, I guess. But
First of all, I love talking about parenting, but I never, ever will ever give a parent direct advice about their direct situation because every situation's too nuanced, and who the fuck am I? I don't know 99.9999999% of it. So that's number 1. So I would say that, as parents, we always want to help, and you just got to rely on your intuition on when you should be as far away as possible to let him breathe. And then it's great that you might feel like there's a moment where, look, if you're a parent and the kid is doing this thing, now he's making money, and now he's, with that money, he's starting to hang around with kids that you don't like, that's a place where you can nudge, right? And how you nudge needs to be, strategic. I like to talk to kids that are 15 like grown-ups. Like if I was talking to that kid, I'm like, so let me get this straight. You work your face off to build this sneaker flipping business. Now you got a little bit of money, and what, you're gonna hang out with dudes that smoke fucking weed all day and be a loser? That's a fun, now that would work for some kids. For other kids, maybe that's not your temperament, maybe that won't work. Like, there's just a lot of different ways to look at it. But what I would say is that for an entrepreneur, he needs to lose. The biggest mistake that your husband and you can make in this situation is protect him from losing. Do you know how many times I made money and lost all of it between 13 and 17? That's why I don't lose it anymore. The best thing that can happen to your son, the single best thing, is for him to lose all his money that he's made up to this point. It is the single best thing that could happen. And it's not even close. And it's not even close. Good.
He might lose it all because he's got to pay for a car.
Well, that's different. That's not losing it. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I love that you're making him pay for a car. That's like great parenting to begin with. But I'm telling you right now, the number one thing that you and your husband have to watch out for, the best thing that could happen to this kid on earth, and it's not even close, is he decides to go put all his money into something because he wants to get a better car, and it goes to zero, and you don't buy him a car. It's the single best thing that can happen.
Okay. That's actually great advice, because the last thing we want to see our kids do is like work so hard and then lose everything, and then we think that it's going to hold them back, but really it's not. So
correct.
Yeah.
What do you want him to be, a fake entrepreneur?
No.
So?
No.
Entrepreneurs fucking lose. Let him keep going. Let him win and lose. Stay the fuck out. Yeah. Other than if he's doing something egregious or illegal or something that's against your moral compass.
Well,
it sounds like this.
Do you have any advice for him moving forward?
Probably. You know, I just need to talk to him and understand what his questions are. But let him email me at Gary@VeeFriends.com. What's his channel so people here can go check him out?
Yeah, it's at Texas Sneakers. So at TX and then SNKRS.
He went cool like that. I like it. Listen, I got two final things to say. Number one, your boy sounds like he got very lucky in his DNA, and that's you and your husband. And two, it sounds like he's got really good parents. You're doing a good job. Now get the fuck out of his way.
Thanks.
I'm gonna answer by living it right now. These are the very rare Series 2 cards before the Topps Chrome card comes out. These are $40 a pack. If you're into Pokemon and that kind of stuff, you'll know what's going on. All right, so packs are up. There you go. So here are packs, right? So I'm doing tea with GaryVee right now. I'll interject. Now, real quick, everybody, if it's your first time ordering, you can actually get this for 25 bucks by clicking this little show notes. EWAS Direct just bought. So I'm having a show, but there's commerce in it. Right now, what's going on in social shopping, why does it work? Because human behavior likes to buy in real time. I personally, me, Gary, who's extremely disciplined and doesn't like to buy stuff, have bought things on Whatnot and TikTok Shop in the live experience because of the momentum. You're almost paying for an experience. What do you get when you go to a stand-up comedy show or a concert or a sporting event? What do you get? What do you take home? Nothing physical. But you're paying for the entertainment. I believe that there's a subconscious underlying layer of the entertainment value that's going on. And I think the hype and the excitement is why people do well and not well on QVC. Some people are good at it, some people are not. And it's enjoyable. It's a more fun way to shop than to see like a picture in your Instagram feed. Think about the difference of somebody just seeing a picture of this. Me and Sid, we do our best. We have a picture or even a video of me being like, this is the next Pokemon, get in early. You're gonna regret not buying this for 40 bucks. I'm fucking GaryVee. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna regret not buying this for 40 bucks. That's a good ad. It'll do fine. But I'm telling you, it'll do even better right now in real time because I could also interact, right? Commercetainment to me is when you're doing a live show selling stuff like I am now, but you're more focused on entertainment and value. Tea with GaryVee. I'm more focused on bringing people value right now. And there's an element of them tipping me for that and wanting to support me. They know me, I'm bringing them value, and they're like, you know, if this is important to Gary, let me buy a $40 pack. Shit, he might be right. I might be happy I have these in a couple of years and sell them on the Bay. The Bay is eBay.
I'm feeling very scared that I'm gonna quit my high-paying job and start everything from scratch with being very unsure about my income potential. I have some money accumulated, which I have considered as my freeway for the next 6 months or 1 year to survive while I'm not earning.
I can't motivate you out of your fear consistently. I can make you feel better for the next hour. But I'm gonna give you information that might make you feel better forever. I have no idea if you're gonna pull this off or not. But I'm so happy for you because high paying jobs for someone like you are always gonna be there. Even if you were meant to win, maybe the global economy melts, right? Anything can happen. This is business. This is life. But you've already won, brother. Here's why. The amount of people that are 67-year-old you who wanted to try and did not, and every day it eats at them, every day. You will never have that. You may lose your savings, but you're a fucking kid. You're gonna make more savings again. And there's nothing embarrassing about not being an entrepreneur. There's nothing wrong with being a great team player in a corporation or a company. It'd be nice for you to pick a company you enjoy being in, you enjoy the people you're around, that's important. That's a real quality of life issue, but you'll never, ever, ever wonder if you could have, and it's gonna be a tremendous experience, and I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you.
Tony asks, you keep mentioning organic social media. What do you mean by that?
When I say organic social media, I mean just posting on social media without using media dollars to amplify your post.
I don't have money to go back to school now. How do I reset?
By getting a job. Outside of the fact that I met Sid at the college that I was speaking at, I do not know if anyone here graduated college, and even more funny, if they even, where they went. I could not tell you where any of you went. I have no clue. Get a fucking job, bro. So, anyway. That's where I'm fucking at. I'll see you later.